So, you're dreaming of wandering through the markets of Cairo, maybe catching a sunset over the pyramids? Well, this is for you. We're about to give you the absolute essential Egyptian Arabic phrases you need. And look, this isn't about becoming fluent overnight. It's about connection, truly connecting with the amazing people of Egypt.
You know, this right here is the most important thing to get. In Egypt, language it's so much more than just swapping information. It's about sharing a feeling, a piece of yourself. It's the warmth you put into a greeting, the respect you show when you ask for something. So we're not just learning words today, we're learning to feel the culture.
Okay, so let's start right where any trip to Egypt begins, with the welcome. And believe me, this isn't just a simple hello. It's kind of like the key that unlocks the door to real Egyptian hospitality.
Get ready, because you are going to hear this phrase everywhere. Ahlan wa Sahlan. It's so musical, right? It just rolls off the tongue. From the second you land, this phrase is going to wrap you up in a feeling of welcome. Just let that sound sink in. That's the sound of Egypt saying, "We're glad you're here." So, you've been welcomed. Now, how do you respond? This is your chance to make a fantastic first impression, to give a little piece of that warmth right back. This is it. This is your go-to greeting. Salam alaikum. It's respectful, everyone uses it, and it has such a beautiful meaning. Peace be upon you. Honestly, it's the perfect way to start any conversation.
And the reply? It's just as important. When someone says salam alaikum to you, your response is almost automatic. You just say wa alaikum salam, and upon you be peace. It's this beautiful back-and-forth exchange of good wishes.
Okay, now you want to sound extra friendly, like you really get it, especially after someone says that big Ahlan wa Sahlan to you. Here's your secret weapon. You can reply with Ahlan bik if you're talking to a man, or Ahlan biki if you're talking to a woman. It's like saying, "Hey, welcome to you too." It really shows you're paying attention.
And this might be the most important lesson of all. Seriously, don't get stressed out about getting the pronunciation perfect. The warmth in your voice, a genuine smile, that will communicate way more than perfect grammar ever could. Just remember this simple rule. Smile first, then speak.
All right, let's get practical. We're moving on to your toolkit for two of the most common things you'll do in Cairo: chilling in a cafe and grabbing a taxi.
Okay, picture it. You've found the perfect little cafe. Ordering is as easy as 1, 2, 3. First, you just catch the waiter's eye and say, "Mumkin menu, Law Samaht? Can I have a menu, please?" Then, for that classic delicious Egyptian mint tea, you just say, "Ay shai bil nana." And when you're all set to go, a simple el-Hisab, Law Samaht, gets you the bill. And just like that, you've done it.
And of course, the absolute fundamentals of being polite. Shukran for thank you, and when they reply, you say afwan for you're welcome. Trust me, you'll be using these two all day long.
You know, what's really cool is the deep meaning behind a simple word. Law Samaht, which we use for please, literally translates to if you allow. Think about that. It shows this deep level of politeness and respect, like you're acknowledging their choice to help you. It's a small word, but it has a huge impact.
Okay, time to flag down a taxi. Here's your game plan. To tell the driver where you're headed, you just say, "I is Aru," and then your destination. For example, "I is Aru el-Haram," for the pyramids. Then, it's always a good idea to politely ask, "Ad dil meter Law Samaht." That's for using the meter. And when you get there, a simple clear, "Wif hina," stop here, is all you need.
Now, pro tip, before you even get in the car, especially if there's no meter in sight, this one question can save you a world of trouble. Become el-Mashwar. It just means how much for the ride, and it gets the price settled right up front. No surprises.
And here's a little insider tip for haggling. In Egypt, a sense of humor often works way better than arguing. If a price seems a little high, try a big smile and a playful katir keta, which is like saying, "Whoa, that's a lot." It kind of turns the whole negotiation into a fun, friendly game.
All right, next up are your absolute survival phrases. Think of these as the quick-fire essentials you'll need for your hotel, the market, or pretty much any time you're in a bit of a jam.
Let's just run through them. Undercomb Wi-Fi. I mean, you gotta ask, right? Fina hamam. Probably the most useful question in any language on Earth. And Isaac el-Flus, for when you need to get some local cash. These three will solve so many common travel problems.
So what happens when someone replies and you have no idea what they just said? Don't panic. This is your safety net. If you're male, you say,
ana mish fahim. If you're female, ana mish fahma. It just means, I don't understand, and it's the perfect, honest way to ask someone to slow down or help you out.
And that really brings us to this key point I want you to remember. Don't ever be afraid of getting a little lost or confused. Egyptians are incredibly helpful. Even if you're stumbling over your words, people will almost always go out of their way to help you, usually with a giant smile.
So, we've covered all the practical stuff. Now, let's go a little deeper. Let's talk about the phrases that really capture the spirit of daily life in Egypt, the ones that let you speak from the heart.
You will hear these words woven into almost every conversation. Inshallah, which means if God wills, is used for any plan in the future, from see you tomorrow to I hope to build a house. Alhamdulillah, or praise be to God, is this wonderful expression of gratitude for everything. And when it's time to leave, ma el salama isn't just goodbye, it's a blessing. It means go with peace.
And that's why these phrases are so powerful. When you use them, you're doing so much more than just speaking a little Arabic. You're showing that you see the culture, that you respect it, that you feel its rhythm. It instantly changes you from just another tourist into a welcome guest.
So, let's just end with this. Imagine it. You've just landed in Cairo, you're walking into the arrivals hall, and a friendly face looks at you and says with a big smile, Ahlan wa Sahlan. You're not going to hesitate, are you? You're going to smile, look them right in the eye, and say Ahlan beak right back. And in that one moment, your adventure has really, truly begun. You're ready.